Hello, 7th grade. This is Chapter 1, Lesson 1.4, 7th grade math. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about how to find the differences of integers. So please make sure you write this down. Press pause when you need to and write this down. All right, let's move on to the next question. So first thing we want to ask ourselves is, we want to remind ourselves, same sign, what do we need to do? We need to add. Please write this down somewhere on your paper. And if it's a different sign, we subtract. Now, one more thing to remind ourselves is the operation. So we have four operations: plus, minus, multiplication, division. Right now we are dealing with only two of them, these two, plus, minus. Now those ones, they are to the left of a number. Whatever's to the left of it, that is how you know if it's going to be positive or negative. So for example, if I just wrote down the number 3, what's to the left of this? Well, is there a sign? There's no sign, so that means this is automatically a positive 3. But what if I wrote something like this? What is to the left of this sign? Well, to the left of it is a negative, so this actually makes this negative 7. So to the left of this is that operation. Alright, so let's take a look at this question, and let's see. Well, what is to the left of this 8? That's that negative sign, so this actually means negative 8. And what's to the left of this 3? Well, nothing, so that means that's a positive 3. So here's the question. Same sign or different sign? They are different signs. So if they are different signs, that means we need to subtract. So what is 8 minus 3? That's going to give you 5. Now here's my question, ladies and gentlemen. Do I have more positives or do I have more negatives? I do have more negatives, so that means my answer for this one is negative 5. Let's go on to the next one. We talked a little bit about this earlier today, but I want to remind you, this is called a double negative. And a double negative will turn positive. Okay? Now, let me remind you why that does. So, technically, there's an invisible number here. That number is the number 1, and we are going to distribute this negative sign over here like this. So whenever we distribute, we know that that is multiplication. All right, so we know that's multiplication, and we know that negative times a negative is going to give you what? What is a negative times a negative? Negative times a negative is going to give you a positive. So let's see. Negative 1 times negative 5 is going to give you positive 5. So we have to rewrite this question. So this question is actually 4 plus a positive 5. So if we have 4 plus a positive 5, just regular addition, what is 4 plus 5? That's going to give you 9. All right, let's try another one. Here we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, some of you might be like, oh, look, 2 negatives, boom, double negative, those turn positive. That is not true. A double negative will always look like this. You'll have a negative sign, probably have a parenthesis sign, and then you have a negative like this. So take a look at this right here. And let's go back to the last question. Let's see what you notice. Do you guys see that? Do you see how we have the negative sign, then a negative sign? They're literally right next to each other. That is how we know that is going to be a negative. Okay? Double negative. So this is not a double negative. This is just regular subtraction problem. So let's look to the left of this. That's a negative 4. That's a negative 6. Same sign, different sign. There's the same sign, so if they are the same sign, we add, right? So what is 6 plus 4? 6 plus 4 is 10. They are both negative, right? So that means my answer is going to be negative. So the answer is negative 10. Let's try another one. Here we go. Well, let's see what we notice. We have negative 9, right? Because to the left of it is a negative. And we have something right here. So what is this, ladies and gentlemen? That is going to be a double negative, which turns automatically positive. So now that we know that, let's solve our problem. We now have negative 9 plus a positive 6. And we look to the left of it, right? What's to the left of the 6? It's a positive. So we're going to ask the next question. What's the next question? Is this same sign or different signs? Different signs, right? So if it's different signs, we got to subtract. So what is 9 minus 6? 9 minus 6 is 3. And my question is, do we have more negatives or do we have more positives? We have more negatives, so that means my answer is going to be negative 3. Let's try another one. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, is this a double negative or no? This is not a double negative. Good. So let's just combine our numbers. We have negative 15 and negative 7, so that's to the left of it. So now that we got that, we ask ourselves, same sign or different sign? They are the same sign, so if they are the same sign, we add. So we do 15 plus 7. Let's say 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry the 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. Sorry, my bad. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So our answer is going to be 22. They're both negative, so that means my answer is going to be negative. So that's negative 22. Here we go. It looks like this is our last question for the day. What do we notice about this problem right here? This is called what? That's right. This is called a double negative. And we know double negatives are going to turn positive. Good. So if they turn positive, the next question should be same sign or different sign. Well, that's a positive. That's a negative. So if they are different signs, we have to subtract. So 14 minus 6 is going to give you 8. Do we have more positives or do we have more negatives? Well, we have more positives, so means my answer is going to be positive 8. Well, I will see. This is the last question for this lesson. I will see everybody tomorrow. Don't forget to copy all these down. Have a great night.